guys, welcome back to Sophie Unfiltered. This is episode 3. Make sure to subscribe if you're on YouTube and make sure to follow and like if you're on a listening platform. There we go. I'm trying to get that one. I'm going to keep threatening people throughout this to make sure to interact, please. And I know that likes, when I'm watching other people on YouTube, they're saying that likes are really important.
Yeah.
To keep.
Yeah.
It's good for the algorithm.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So what I want to talk about today, first things first, guys, right? Who took down the Cherry Tomato Bridge? Who done it?
Oh, is it gone?
It's gone.
Oh, no way.
Guys, the Cherry Tomato Bridge, me and Maria went on Sunday. We were in town, went to Doom Slice for pizza, and then ended up not really fucking with it like that. And then we went to Bambino. And we were sitting down eating our Bambino, and I was like, Maria actually said to me earlier in the day, her two sisters went to the Cherry Tomato Bridge, and I was laughing. Maria was slagging her sisters. Like, how pathetic. Right? Then we were in town eating the pizza. I don't know if it was the tomato sauce in the pizza or what the story was. But I was on TikTok and I was like, Maria, I think we should go to Cherry Tomato Bridge. And Maria was like, are you for real? And I was like, what else are we doing on a Sunday? What else is there in Dublin? We've actually never gone to a historical landmark before in the city. So let's go. I thought it was over the south side because I was like, there's no way there's content creators from the south side driving over to North Dublin for the Cherry Tomato Bridge, but people were actually traveling over to see it, like making it their mission. So we walked over. We actually live in North Dublin, obviously, so it wasn't that far from where we are. Went down, guys. If you haven't seen my TikTok, please give it a watch. It's actually blown up. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, have you just seen my Cherry Tomato TikTok? Guys, the best TikTok I hardly ever made.
Actually,
It's just such a
Isn't it what it is?
I've seen pictures of people putting smash.
So it's just humor. If you don't get it, then you don't have a sense of humor.
I haven't been there. I haven't even seen it.
No, but you're not laughing at the TikToks.
I'm not thinking.
Well, we're too old for TikToks. That's...
We're showing our age.
It's the best video. I will put blood, sweat, and tears into content. I'll do a try-on haul that's taking me 2 hours to film, 4 hours to edit, 60 likes. Cherry Tomato video off the chart. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if it made RT News, but it actually made it actually made Irish Independence.
Bro, it was on the radio. That's where I heard it. Right?
Radio.
It was on the radio, yeah.
Well,
Irish people are we have the best sense of humor ever. Who the fuck else would?
Did you make it onto the Irish Independent or did your
Nope,
TikTok?
I didn't.
Just
Scary. Yeah. But then the people actually, my TikTok, get a life. How pathetic. I'm like, you have a sense of humor. That's how pathetic you are. That you can't just scroll by something that clearly just doesn't match your. I feel like Irish people I'm surprised we can do it with potatoes. Do you know, right? Our sense of humor is just crazy. But someone went and spoiled it. There's always someone that has to spoil everything. They knocked them onto the train tracks.
Oh, no.
You trying to say, oh no, looking sincere?
No, but why would they do that?
There was people actually making their way to go to Cherry Tomato Bridge.
Are you doing research?
No, I'm just looking into. I'm trying to look at your TikTok.
Oh, like the Brooklyn Bridge. It's in London. Very.
Were you really?
Yeah. It was by accident as well. It wasn't meant to happen. I think because we had the weather we had in the last 2 weeks, so the tomato stayed fresh. Yeah, it stayed fresh. Yeah, because of the cold. Apparently, yeah, that's what the radio was saying anyway.
Yeah, it's sad that you missed it.
Oh.
It was a real sense of community, though. You know what's so stupid? Well, stupidly funny that now it's wholesome. We were sent to Bridge and I had my packet of tomatoes and I was putting them on and we were doing our video. But there was a guy with his girlfriend and he was like, a tomato, anyone? Offering his tomatoes for. But then it's the whole
Bro, you're on 30k likes on this tomato thing, man. That is
not that many likes.
that is nuts.
My old video. He's trying to squash the foot into a shoe. It's the most random things ever that do well.
Just
Sit
a
Bridge.
bridge. Just the whole idea of it, to be honest.
So now on TikTok, I want my TikTok to be just fun and just stupid. Because that's what made my first account blow, my 80k.
Well, are you crying in this?
In the Cherry Tomato? No, but I'm acting.
Oh, sorry.
I just said, he said, it's not what I do near an optic. I think I do. I know that I think that now I'm going to get more castings for more shows because, like, I will do anything. I'm not afraid to act like a gobshite or throw myself on the ground in public. Do you know that way?
Talk to me about your TikTok.
My TikTok.
Yeah, say it. So say now you want.
There's so many that you don't know. Is Ron actually going to make me tell this to everyone right now? Do you know if I was ready to talk about this?
You have 300k views on that video. That's nuts, bro.
I wasn't even gonna go there. I was gonna ask about like, if you want to go have more fun with your TikTok. Like, what are you thinking of doing with the TikTok?
Oh, I thought you were talking about how my got banned.
That's the Iron Egg.
What?
That story for another day.
Should I just tell it now?
Go on.
I know people are probably going to ask because I said about my 80k account, so everybody be like, oh, what happened to that account? Like, people that don't know. But with my current TikTok, I tried to take it to content creatory, but TikTok is more of a loose, fun, free-spirited app, I feel. And people like when I act random on it. So now, if you look at it in my videos, anything that's too modelly or Instagram vibe doesn't do well, and anything that's just me being a crackhead does well. So that's what I think I'm just going to go with. And then even brand work that I get for TikTok, make it more fun. That's not the same type of content for Instagram. So say I had collabed this month now that, like, they want... Can you not hear me?
No, just move a bit closer. Yeah, that's perfect.
Did you miss all that?
No, we can get it, but
Okay.
just that's better.
So there's brands that they want like 2 pieces of content from me. And before brands, like from my 80k account, right, I had a lot of work on that. When that was gone, my new TikTok, I haven't been getting a lot of brand work on that. Like, there's a music app that I'm on that you get paid for, like, posting to songs. But that, like, brands wouldn't really be reaching out to me. And in recent weeks, brands now that want to work with me want content for Instagram and TikTok. But they want a total different type of content for TikTok, more TikTok vibe. So I'm like, okay, if I'm doing my skin or whatever, it's going to be a more talk through, bubbly, fun, crackhead vibe for TikTok, whereas Instagram's more aesthetic. So now I'm like, okay, I'm kind of learning how to navigate TikTok, I feel.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But guys, my 80k account, right? So I'm just going to get this out of the way now because, like, it's going to come up. I hate when people like, it'll be the most professional people that'll ask me this, you know.
Really?
And like sometimes I have to lie in the moment. If I was out having a smoke with someone that's even professional, I wouldn't mind telling them, but not when you're in a room with people and they're asking you and I'm like, yeah, I got my TikTok deleted for being a fucking whore. Basically why, like, okay, so look at me getting emotional and all thinking of it. Like, I'm like, right, so the week before my 21st birthday, right, there was a challenge. I don't know if you remember. Can you hear me okay on this?
Yeah.
It was beat that hoe from the back. Beat that hoe from the back. And it was like cross your legs, jump, and then you go like that and you shake your ass. Do you remember?
No.
You are pretending.
I promise you I don't know that. I don't know.
You do.
You know that one, yeah?
I do.
Right,
Ron,
so-
what do you be watching in your free time?
Your algorithm.
Not like yours.
So it was like, yeah, beat that hoe from the back. So I thought, relationship, let's be saucy, let me send my boyfriend me doing this trend, but ass naked. So I did. And I didn't make 1 draft, I didn't make 2, I didn't make 3, I didn't make 4. I made about 6. Right? You could see everything. So obviously now TikTok have gotten rid of the way that you can save a draft. It lets you like TikTok on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, on Instagram recently, people are saying the other app. Are you noticing that? I started doing it just being a sheep. But I asked someone and they were like, oh, apparently Instagram doesn't like when you say TikTok for their algorithm. And they will shadow ban your stuff.
No, you're on YouTube. You're fine as long as you're not cursing. You're fine because this is YouTube content.
I've cursed though in the first 10 minutes of this, you know.
This episode?
Yeah,
I didn't know you guys.
I
Did you?
did. Cherry, who knocked over the Cherry F and Tomato Bridge.
That'd be fun.
But I've seen shits and gigs though, aren't they? James will curse and he's grand. He curses quite a lot.
Yeah.
I do see quite a few people and then now I'm paying attention. Are they cursing in the first like 10 minutes? And they are. Or is it because they've already skyrocketed that they can do what
Probably.
they want?
Probably.
Probably. Like the rule of thumb, I think, is like the first 30 seconds to 3 minutes. Make sure those are clean. Those
Yeah.
are good.
I'm like, hey guys, welcome fucking back to Unfucking Filtered. Okay, so back to the TikTok, right? So I made lots of them. I don't know who I thought. I was in, guys, like, I don't know. that TikTok though, I feel like it got off to a sexualized start. So I feel like I needed like a cleansed out kind of new TikTok. I feel like now it happened for the best. Back then, I cried for about a year. Like I only stopped like crying about that like a year ago. So I made them and I didn't screen record them on the thing. I posted them privately to my account, meaning nobody could see them. Only the TikTok workers, obviously, right? So it wasn't out to the community. It was posted privately. And all I wanted to do was post them privately, save them, look at which ones were the best, and then send my favorites to my boyfriend. Trying to be a good girlfriend, right? So I send them to him. He's like, oh yeah, this is it, great. 10 seconds into that, I went back onto my... No, I deleted them straight after saving them. Then I went out my TikTok to send them to him. Went back onto my TikTok. I'm out my TikTok. It's gone.
In that amount of time.
In that period of time, obviously bots, their AI that runs over things, I was finished. Gone. So now I'm panicking. What's the first thing I do? I go onto my Instagram, hysterical, crying. Anybody that watched my the days of that, oh my god, it was so hysterical. Like I was literally screaming, crying on my Instagram that people were reaching out to me like, I know this person that works in TikTok, I know this person, da 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 da. And I got into a few guys that work there and they were basically fighting for me. They were actually managers and everything, and they went to like the legal team and they were actually fighting for me that it wasn't everything I violated. You know, every part of the body that would be a sensor, like to say if you can see this part of whatever genital it is, whatever area of the body it is that violates, I ticked all of them, right? So they were fighting with the people being like, okay, but this wasn't out to the community, which I still don't understand to this day, and everybody always gets infuriated when I talk about it because it wasn't out to the community. This content wasn't out to the community. It was posted privately. I felt like it was a my eyes only when you post something privately on any app. So yeah, I never got my account back. There was actually a woman from the legal team that was talking to the managers and she said she posted pornography to our platform. This is like unforgivable. And she's lucky that she's even we're allowing her to create a new account.
Wow.
Yeah, but people are allowed to promote their OnlyFans on TikTok, are they not? That's out to the public. And people are allowed to comment hate. And people are allowed to literally tell you to commit suicide on your TikTok. Like, you'll have the most rotten trolls ever, and their accounts are all still up. Nothing's done to them. But I feel like they're so taboo with nudity that you can actually remove someone's account who didn't even post something public. Like, it was private. So yeah, still very triggered to this day, as you can probably tell. But yeah, so I started my new account then, and it was really stagnant, and I feel like my first account skyrocketed really quick. It actually went to 80k overnight from me doing the Bussa challenge. That's how my TikTok, that's how I kind of became like Sophie McGuinness.
Okay.
Not gonna lie.
80k overnight.
80k overnight. People were updating me. Be like, Sophie, oh my god, this now. My Instagram went up by 15k overnight as well. So it's mad, like.
And is the money different from TikTok than from Instagram?
Instagram is more brand work. Like, I wouldn't really, all my money kind of would be from Instagram. To be honest, collabs, and then I do a lot of UGC as well. So a lot of brands nowadays that they're paying me to post on my page, and then they want to buy the content as well to run ads with. Do you know that way? And to have on their own platforms and stuff. But now I'm starting to make money from TikTok now because my more funny side is coming out, and then brands want me to incorporate that into the beauty content. Do you know that way? Mm-hmm. So I'm finding my way now to make revenue from all platforms. But yeah, and then now hopefully the podcast as well. Start reeling it in for me, guys. But my new TikTok account. Yeah, I was so disheartened. I kind of like wasn't being consistent with it at all. Like, just posting once in a blue moon, and then like if one video didn't do well, I was just like, oh, I'm not bothered to post again. But now I'm just like picking up my phone randomly and just being like, let me actually vlog this, or we're doing this taste test, let me get this. You just need to be random and just not think too much into it. Like, I posted a video of me eating pizza and I was like, paw of me on my period, and everybody's like, oh my god, yes, this is me too, da 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 da. So it's like, what's relatable? Anything that you have in the moment in your mind that you're like, this is funny, just record that and just post it. Because more than likely there's millions of people having the exact same thought as you. or people are scrolling while they're eating pizza and they're like, what the fuck? Do you know that way? But what were we talking about before we went on to that?
Cherry tree.
The reason why your account was banned.
The reason why it was banned, yeah. So never got it back. That was pretty much it. But that TikTok really, yeah, I was so harassed on that TikTok. It was like mainly men, to be honest. Like, that's why I feel like my new TikTok is kind of for the girls and the gays. Like, I don't care about men. Get away from my TikTok. I kind of used to over sexualize myself, I feel, and then I grew out of that.
Okay.
Like when you would have first met me, I was a total different person, I feel. Especially how I like, what's the word? Portrayed myself.
Yeah, portray yourself. Yeah.
Portray, like, what's the word? Carried myself totally different. Like I always have carried myself with respect. But I feel like how I used to post myself on social media, it was like 95% ass. So people are just going to see you for ass if that's all you post is ass. Whereas now I'm noticing there's even more respect on my name, even seeing how other fellas talk about me. Guys, okay, also episode 2, yeah, if you haven't noticed yet, like my hair was easily 2 inches up higher on one side than the other. Obviously, I have a fro and it's like a sponge. I feel like when you lay in a certain position, like I could have been in the taxi like this and then it's just going to stay there. I have to fix it. But I felt like I was fixing it. But anyway, this is a sign that men will just never tell you when you look shit. They watched that full episode, sat there while I was here and my hair was lopsided. And just never told me, like, Sophie, like, fix that. So I think I'm going to have to, like, get a girl to come here and, like, watch me and, like, tell me to fix my gloss, tell me when to fix my hair. That would be cool, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That's what you do get, isn't it?
Actually, when we do the girl podcast, and they bring like a friend of theirs, they notice all those type of stuff.
But Maria's an arsehole as well. She sat there when my hair was... I was waiting. I went back and I was like, let's see if she noticed. There I am. Do you see me fixing her clip? And she actually didn't look at my hair and be like, Sophie. Not on.
It's all Maria's fault.
Yeah, like I actually brought Maria for that. I wouldn't mind. The first episode I had white on my lips that I had to stop because I felt it. I don't remember.
You know what it is? We're just so focused on the content. You know?
Yeah.
But I am the content.
Yeah.
You are opening up room for me to get slagged bits. Can someone help? Give her a mirror and all. Do you know them comments like Irish people are cunts? Like, but what was I gonna say, guys? Oh my god! Wait, how many minutes are we on?
Oh, plenty of time.
Do we have loads of time? Do we?
Yeah.
Guys, I keep saying, oh yeah, I want this episode. How many minutes have we been rolling?
We're 21 minutes in.
We're 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
I keep saying, oh, I want to keep this short and sweet, and then it just keeps rolling, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to wrap it up. But I need to answer dilemmas today. I need to finish off answering dilemmas. Also, guys, any funny stories I want to say that you might have, dilemmas, like things that are in on your chest that you want to get off, anything venting vibe, anything. I need things weekly to keep me going. So send me a DM. Send me if you have a million stories in your mind or embarrassing things or just like something you need help getting out of. Tell me it because I need so many stories to keep me going weekly. I'm gonna do like dilemma segment every episode, so I need as many as I can get. And nothing is too wild, please, and nothing is too embarrassing because I am literally walking embarrassment. I don't have any embarrassment left in my body, so yeah, nothing can be as bad as my stories that I tell. Shame, out myself on. I want to talk about black mold today, guys. So I came in here, I was telling the guys when I came in, like I'm literally horrified. I actually ran into Maria when I was leaving for the pod as well, and I was telling her, she was like, that's from not leaving a window open. I was like, bitch, I leave my window open every fucking night of the week. I did not realise how dangerous black mold is. Guys, I just got my granddad's cleared out my room. It was behind my wardrobe. And so for, say, like the past year, like I've always had dermatitis on my body. I used to have it on my hands and my feet really bad. Now I get it kind of mildly on my feet, and on my hands kind of randomly I could have like an outbreak, little tiny eczema bumps. Usually when I'm like allergic to something, if something's too like perfumed, or SPF does it to me as well. Or can you hear, am I?
No, you're good.
It's okay. Or if I'm on holidays, or just like I just have allergies to a lot of things. In the past year, I've been getting these little eczema bumps on my hip. Now, I don't know, before I continue with this story, I don't know if this is the final answer for my body shifting and all these weird things happening, but I feel like it definitely could play a part in it after the research I've done.
Random eczema bumps coming up on my hip every now and then. And I'm like, what is this from? When I was in the doctor, she was like, that's your body detecting. That's basically, sometimes your body has like notification points, you could call it. Like, so if you're allergic to something, my eczema bumps will come up on my hip and let me know. Sometimes I've had it with a product and I've stopped using the product. But it kept coming up randomly, and I was like, is this from like the washing detergent? Then I started getting eczema on my leg, my arm, random patches just popping up so randomly. And this has only been in the past, the random patches have been in the past, say, 6 or 7 months, probably since the summer. I obviously I'm always matching products on my face, and I do need to relax with that. And I used to have a habit of going to every person that would offer me a facial, go and try out something new that they just want to promote, and not really asking many questions on it, not knowing if it was for my skin or not, just letting people kind of sell stuff to me, and playing around with my skin, constantly trying new things. And I know in the summer I got like 2 facials that I feel like kind of activated spots in my skin, because I felt like my skin started getting bad kind of from there. But then I was getting told, oh, it's like definitely hormonal. And then I was like, oh, I'm grieving, so maybe it's grief and stress, and like there's so many different things. And then I was like, maybe it's my gut health as well. So then I was like, okay, 2025, I want to focus on gut health. And I would actually be a user of sea moss as well. I would include sea moss into my diet pretty often. And I've never had spots. Like, I've always had really clear skin. Like, literally, I've cried if I've gotten one random pimple on like my period, because I was just never used to seeing any blemishes on my face. And then, so this was huge for me, especially with my face always being on camera, doing shoots. Like, you want to feel fully confident and happy in your skin. And like, also, like, I feel like people don't make it a common knowledge, or people be like, oh, your skin's fine. Like, anytime I complain about my skin, especially at like a PR event, I'm like, oh, my skin's so bad. They like compliment it, and then they compliment it more, and I'm like, just be honest, like, don't lie. Like, you can clearly see it all along my cheek. I've never had like acne like this before. And I feel like people, even facialists, have told me, oh, your skin's fine, there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm like, I can see it. You can see it. Why are you lying? Why are you telling me my skin's perfect so that I don't know. It doesn't make sense. So I've been kind of going through that struggle the past few months, really, really, really sad over my skin, like putting off work, like literally putting work on the long finger, hoping for my skin to clear up a bit before I can jump on camera and stuff. And then obviously trying to give it a break from makeup, but I have so many PR events back to back. So it's like, when are you really going to get a break from makeup? And then I have a chesty cough the past 3 months, since like November. I was on a job in November where we were kind of in and out of the cold a lot. And this is a really exciting job that I'm buzzing to talk about next year. This year, we're in 2025. I can't really give away too much. Did I give away?
You almost said the word, but you're okay.
Did I? So yeah, a job that I can't talk about. But yeah, I was sick after that, and a lot of people were sick after that. So we kind of put it down to that. That wasn't really shifting. I'm a person as well that's like, I don't really like to take an antibiotic unless I feel like I need it. I'm like, my body will just, it's due its course itself. What's the word? What's that phrase? You don't know. Okay. My body will
rejuvenate?
let it run its course.
Okay.
It'll run its course. Yeah. I think something my nanny says anyway.
What did I say? Rejuvenate?
Yeah.
Rejuvenate.
Went on science.
My body will replenish itself.
Oh,
because that's what you have an immune system for. So I'm real like honey ginger tea, like da 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 da. But I've had a chesty cough for the past like 3 months. And my asthma, I have asthma as well. My asthma did get really bad. Whereas like a lot of times I can go a long period without taking my inhaler. And sometimes I've been on and off my steroid inhaler, like the brown one, for a few years. But I'd only need like my Ventolin blue one once in a blue moon. And then it was getting like, my asthma acts up from like claustrophobic spaces as well. And any like dust or particles that I come into contact with. So I'd be on the bus having to get off. And this is only really, like, I've had this happen for probably like 3 or 4 times in my life. Whereas the past 3 months, this was a consistent thing. That I'm on the bus and I'm like, taking deep breaths, am I going to make it through this journey? Just into town, like, because I'd have to get off and catch my breath, take my inhaler. And then obviously everybody on the bus, if you let out one cough, people are looking at you like you're walking COVID. Like, Irish people, it's still illegal to cough in this country, I think. Like, it feels like you're farting. Do you know that way? It does, doesn't it? I do be mad nervous coughing like on the bus or even in a cafe or whatever. People do be like, but yeah, so this has been happening. Sorry, this is so long winded. So I've been having all them problems and my sinuses, my nose hasn't stopped running. I don't know what happened. I think I popped my eardrum. There was blood in my eardrum when I got back from Marbella.
Okay.
I always do this thing where my throat's itchy and I'm like, you know, all that stuff. Like, I'm one of them people. So my nanny always says, you're going to burst your eardrum one of these days. All my life. And how I blow my nose is like a ship coming in. So my nanny's always said, you're going to burst your eardrum. And I know my ears popped in Marbella, but because I was sick as well and kept blowing my nose, I felt like I kind of done something. Then I was like scratching my ear one day and I had like my big nails, and then my boyfriend like elbowed me by accident and did my finger poke into it. And then I only noticed the blood a few days after that. So I think like it was a combination of, my ear was already sore when he done that, but that kind of made it worse.
That's a lot.
That is a lot, isn't it? So I think I did burst but is that dangerous? If you burst your eardrum, what happens? Then I was like having echo kind of in and out of my ear as well. Now that's gone.
Why is this guy laughing, bro?
Right? You seem to know a lot of answers. So I had all these problems, guys. Literally, like, my sinuses were just all over the place. I'm on TikTok like 2 nights ago, right? And I'm just like, there was something that came up about mold. No. I was looking up about skin, because this is what I mean. I'm staying up till like 4 a.m. looking up like gut health things, all these things that I can do that my gut is obviously reflecting in my skin now, and maybe I have a few fucking parasites inside me as well, probably, that I need to get out. So I'm trying to jump on this, and I was like researching all these different products and different drinks and things, herbal things that people were doing for their gut health. And then some girl was talking about her skin, and then she was like, have you had a chesty cough? Have you had like asthma? Have you had acne breakouts? Have you had random eczema? Have you checked if you have black mold? And I was like, oh my God. And then I was like looking at all these TikTok accounts, and it was like people like pulling back their chest or drawers, all black mold, their bed, their mattress, inside of your mattress, guys. When was the last time you changed your mattress? Well,
I bought a new mattress.
Yeah.
Did
yeah.
you?
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I got my one about 3 years ago.
Yeah, I'm still healthy, you know?
You think?
I'm still healthy enough. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like you always I don't think people realize how good a mattress you need. How you take care of your mattress.
Yeah.
So this was like all these examples of where it can be, guys, like in at the back of your radiator, skirting boards, wallpaper. You already noticed, yeah. Some girl pulled out her bed, it was her headboard at the back of the headboard. Frightening shit, like. So then I'm in my room the next day, and like around the windowsill, would you get a bit of damp? The black. Yeah. So that is black mold as well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. So this is actual education on mold, right? So it was around the windowsill. I'd always usually clean it, but never thought anything of it and never knew it was like actually toxic. But sometimes I have been lazy, I'm not going to lie, and I've left it on the window for longer than I should have, because I just didn't come around to cleaning it. But the reason I was so nonchalant with it is because I didn't realise how toxic it is. Do you know that way? And I'd always need to do a proper clean on it at the windowsill with bleach and scrub it to get it all out. So I could leave it there for weeks before I actually came around to doing it. And then I was in my room. I remember Brie on Selling Sunset, she took her and her son out of the house and got Nick to get them a new place because there was black mold. But again, I watched that and I was like, oh shit. But I've always thought black mold, when people have said it, it's like a thing that when you knock down the walls, it's like loads of this. Guys, I didn't realise how like dangerous it really can be in small amounts, and how so many households have it and they don't even know. And so many people are living with it comfortably because they think it's not harmful. Do you know that way? I'm thinking of how many people's even gaffs I've walked into over the years and I've seen it on their wall and thought nothing of it. Just the black stuff on their wall.
Yeah.
That's black mold. That's mad. Sorry, I'm like screaming down. I'm like, that's black mold. But so yeah, I'm in my room, cleaning around I'm just doing a spring clean in my room, cleaning around the windowsill. And then I pulled out my like I have one of them like dressing tables, but it's like high up, so there's like you can see fully underneath it and you pull the chair in and out. Yeah. But I just pulled that out. Now I'd always dust around there all the time, and like I would have hoovered my room last maybe just over a week ago. But I would just never clock this. It was like right in the corner, kind of going up the crack. And I was like, when I've wiped around there before, was that black mold? Why am I forgetting what I'm talking about? I'm like, what's...
Just blank out.
I was like, was that? I was like, what the hell? I just don't really be paying attention. I just clean things and I don't really pay it any mind. I've always thought black mold was a thing as well in American houses because they're built with wood.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I've always associated with. I say a lot, don't I? So then I'm like, I might get up the pictures on this. Or is that nasty?
Do you want to show the pictures on this?
Do you think I should? No.
If you want.
You're like, do you want to show?
No.
Guys, okay, if you suspect black mold and you want to DM me and you want to see the pictures or you want to research it yourself a bit more, okay, do, but I'm not going to jump scare people on this. Guys, it's actually terrifying, right? So now I'm at the side of my wardrobe. Now, usually I just fuck all my PR into the front of my wardrobe, just boxes I can have there for weeks and weeks and weeks, parcels, and then I'll clear it out. I'll take one day to clear it all out, and then the next day deliveries start coming again, and then it builds up. So I never really pay attention to that floor or like the lining around the skirting boards. Wasn't I like cleaning around my room then, and I was pulling some of the boxes out, and I just seen it like at the corner, and I was like, and then I was wiping it, and then I was like, let me pop. There's like that much of a gap between my wardrobe and the wall, right? So my wardrobe's kind of like in a, you know what is it, like a cove?
Yeah.
In a room.
Yeah.
So like say my bed used to be in that cove, and then we swapped around the room, and then my wardrobe's in that cove now. So right where it is, there's like a tiny gap, and now I'm actually fully out of myself because I can't remember the last time I dusted or tried to clean down the side of that gap or get in there, right? Yeah, I can't remember. I remember I used to, and then I just, you know what, I've just gotten so lazy with my room, to be honest. And with all the PR as well, I just don't look at that corner. Like I'd hoover around, but I wouldn't be looking in the gap. And I know I used to, but I just don't anymore, okay? So I put my flash on, and I'm like, I peep my head into the corner, and I'm like, oh, like it's the black mold. That's it. Like that's what people have been having on their TikTok. Guys, I couldn't even see the extent of it, right? I could just see black. And I could see loads of dust and loads of fluff and balls of fluff. And I was like, oh my God, ran down to my nanny and Paul. I was like, oh my God. We have black mold. And he's like, what? That's pneumonia. That's pneumonia. My nanny's like, oh my God, Nikki had that. Because Nikki, obviously, mother, Nikki, in one of her old apartments years ago, she did get pneumonia because she kept living in the apartment.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know if the landlord was doing that about it, but my nanny remembers a few people had that trouble in that complex. So she was actually hospitalised over that.
Remember I was telling you about the actress that died from it?
Yeah.
Pneumonia.
Now, I don't think, I'm in the conspiracy that she was murdered, though. Everything I've seen about her.
But her husband also died from the same thing a year later.
Well, I seen a thing, though, that was like, a lot of them have said a lot of actors have died from that.
Yeah. Oh, but that's also with the Diddy thing.
You can inject yeah, but you can also, see that thing that your one died from?
Yeah.
You can inject someone with pneumonia.
I didn't know that now.
Now, I don't know if I'm making it up, but that it's pneumonia or if it's the thing that actually, like, then they marked that killed them. But I'm in a real deep rabbit hole with all these celebs.
Okay.
But there's a lot of her, there was like, she was very talkative on the industry as well.
Was she?
And all of them were in, I'm going to send you a few posts. I'm going to try look. I save everything that I see.
Okay.
Yeah. But we can,
So we're on the whole like rabbit hole of pneumonia now.
pneumonia, yeah.
Conspiracy theories.
Yeah. But my nanny literally freaked out straight away. My nanny was like, how serious do you think? I was like, Nanny, this is bad. Paul needs to move out that wardrobe ASAP. So, I think it was that night I actually said it to them kind of late in the evening when I was finishing up cleaning. And then the next day, moved the wardrobe out. I actually had to run out to a PR event. This was actually just yesterday. Ran out to a PR event. And I was literally like ringing my nanny on the way there. I was like, please keep me updated on this. Make sure that Paul takes photos. I need to see this. Like, I get home. Oh my God, guys, I'm horrified. I can't believe I was living with that in my room. Now, I'd say probably it only started within the past 18 months to now.
Okay.
I'd say, and my nanny feels like it's relatively new. And also, Paul went to this guy down the road from us to get help and to get like a mold paint. And he said to him, if you were able to clean it off, no bother, then it's grand. You caught it, and it didn't spread onto my wardrobe as well or anything like that.
Okay.
Do you know that way? So we did catch it. And then I'm also like, my symptoms have only been in the past year as well. And I have had the symptoms. And then this cough in the winter, the damp getting worse, my cough, this chesty cough for the past 3 months I've had, I'm putting it down to that. Now, if my skin doesn't clear up and if like my eczema doesn't go and if like my eyes do get itchy in my bed at night as well. So like everything they were saying on TikTok, like it's like you're having an allergy attack to your bedroom. Yeah.
And you're sleeping in that
Yeah.
for 18 months.
Yeah. And I've woken up, my eyes been itchy, my throat's been itchy, all the things like my hay fever symptoms. And I do have allergies, but I just noticed like something was different the past few months. And in my skin, and I just haven't, I've also been on different treatments over, like I've talked to different, I've had different consultations with people that have been doing different things. And we're trying to get to the bottom of my skin and nothing seems to be working so far. That now I'm just so fed up.
Okay.
So I'm like, if my skin starts clearing up now, that's huge. If it does now. I'm going to put it down to that then. And that's what people were saying on TikTok. So I actually feel like I'm a victim of black mold, and I am.
Black mold awareness.
Black mold awareness. So if you're listening to this or watching this, right, if whatever you're doing right now, if you're cleaning, if you plan to clean today, rearrange your room a bit. Guys, move out your drawers, move out your Chester drawers, move out your wardrobe, move things around that you wouldn't usually move around. Also, Paul said when he moved out my wardrobe, he got the smell of mold. The bang, the rotten, damp smell. I never would have gotten that in my room before. But it was when he moved it out, he got it. But see, what people were saying on TikTok is if you were smelling any type of mold in your house, you obviously have to have it. If you're getting a musty, kind of moldy, even if it's ever so light, still have your awareness, your guard up. Guard up with looking.
So is it anywhere else, or is it just in your head, in your room?
Just my room. Okay. What the hell, like? So weird. Now my nanny said, she said she's paranoid now because her wardrobes are built-in wardrobes. Okay. And I did see on TikTok why a lot of people put it on the long finger looking into their black mold is because they're like, oh, I'll have to tear the floors up though, I'll have to rip the wall down, I'll have to rip down the wallpaper, I'll have to take out the wardrobe. Just do it. Because it's people are actually dying. I seen people on TikTok saying like, see what I had in my wardrobe. You're meant to move out. You're not meant to be sleeping there until it's gone. You're not meant to be in any. It's so toxic. Okay. So toxic. So when I was looking at TikTok, I was like, oh my God, like people's babies have died because it was in their baby's room and stuff. And when I think I've walked into a lot of people's houses over the years that they've just had it casually, and in the bathroom and stuff, and just like no, people actually don't think of the toxicity of it. But anyway, moving on. But yeah, guys, check your gaff. And yeah, also another thing, sorry, people were saying on TikTok that when they went to the doctor and being like, I have all these symptoms like random acne, eczema, chesty cough, asthma, that the doctors will put you on everything before saying it's black mold. So they actually will never say it's black mold. So everybody was saying they were treated like they were delusional. Also, you can get brain fog and fatigue, extreme fatigue from it as well. So it messes up your whole neurological system. But I was like, that is crazy. And my nanny was like, Nikki wasn't told. She went to the doctor. They never clocked it was pneumonia either until she passed out on the floor in her apartment. And then Paul actually went around to check on her, and that's how he found her. Isn't that mad? Yeah. So like they won't tell you like that you have it. They'll say it's everything else before, it could be a possibility of have you checked your house for mold, which is crazy. I think it should be thrown at people very easily, like. So I want to read out a few dilemmas, guys. That I didn't get to finish the last day. Let's go. How are we doing?
We're at 45.
Jesus Christ. Guys, Becky said this at the start of the episode. I was like, let's keep it short and sweet today. Yeah, Ron was like, yeah, I think about 30 minutes we grand. I was like, 40 cap time. Becky goes, it's going to be 45. Here we are. So I'll just answer a few of these, right? Sleeping with a guy the past few weeks. He leaves me on red in every single message I send him, and I'm only obsessed. But only sees me when I'm in his town, etc. I feel like I've lost all respect. It's like I'm chasing him. I'm mortified. Why? Girl. You know what? I'm not even gonna, like, when I'm talking to people, I always say, like, I've been in that boat, but when I was younger. Like, I feel like every girl has that period in your teenage years when you're seeing someone and you're just an absolute dope for them. Like, guys, I was seeing someone one time, I got a video of him bleeding skinny dipping at the beach. And I was still begging for him after. I'm begging for him. Like, it doesn't matter how dirty people could have done me in the past. I was an absolute beg. Don't be a beg. You deserve better than being a beg. And you deserve someone who actually wants you. Not just someone that wants to get their haul from you when it suits them. Or they'll text you after a night out. Like, you deserve more. So, you need to listen to your... No, not... What do you listen to? Your brain or your heart? Listen to your heart. Don't listen... No. Listen to your brain.
Yeah.
And your intuition. Don't listen to your heart. And listen to your girls. Because they love you. And they're probably the first ones to chat shit about him and be like, he's an absolute waste man and you didn't listen. So please listen to the girls. And you're only seeing him a few weeks. Girl, cut it off. Like, before it goes any deeper, what you want to do, let it go on for a few more months, get in a relationship, and now you're stuck with this asshole and you're like, oh, why didn't I leave when I had the chance before I got too deep? So cut it off now and bite the bullet. You'll find someone just as quick in no time. Yeah, not worth your time. Okay, trying to navigate communication with my irritation. Let's go again. Trying to navigate communication, my irritation with my boyfriend for certain. Part 1. Part 2, I feel like this is all over the shop. Let's actually do that again. Trying to navigate communication, my irritation with my boyfriend for certain. Things struggling. So she gave a few. Things whilst also trying to avoid nitpicking and being labelled the complainer GF. Okay, so you're trying to learn how to communicate, vocalize things that you want and boundaries that you have that are put in place, say, and you're tired of repeating yourself. I kind of have that with my boyfriend as well, to be honest, not gonna lie. I think it's the same with all men. Like, say it could be something like you have the mat to put your cup on.
Yeah.
And like things like that really irritate me. It could be anything. Like I think if I did go for an OCD test, I probably would be diagnosed. But I hate having to repeat myself. If he's very forgetful with things, and I hate feeling like I'm complaining. But then I'm very snappy. I forget things a lot that people say to me, but I can't stand when someone doesn't contain something the first time I say it to them. Do you know that way? And that is very toxic on my behalf. But I just don't have patience. And then it is complaining. Then it turns into something that it's not, because I don't know how to vocalize something without being a bitch. Yeah. So I think what I've been seeing on like TikTok with people talking about relationships as well, try to like see things from your partner's eyes as well, and understand that not everybody, no two humans approach things the same, or approach life the same, or have the same habits and same pet peeves and same things. Like me and my best friend could go on a holiday. Me and her will be together for a week, and I will be leaving that trip like I could never live with her. Imagine renting with her. We every person has different ways of living. And like say my boyfriend could leave something lying around for a while, whereas I'm so like I can't have anything sitting in front of me. But he's just more chill, and that's just his approach on life, is more nonchalant and laid back, which is also what my Uncle David was like. He couldn't understand why people would stress about mess and da. Whereas like I almost find joy in stressing myself about things, and like I could be sitting down and then all of a sudden I have a dustpan in my hand and I see something in the corner. So yeah, I think like learning to see things from your partner, and taking, not like if something triggers you that he does that you want to communicate, kind of think about it first instead of just like outbursting, and try and think of saying things more soft natured, because I feel like that's our problem with women, is our mouth. Definitely. Yeah, just try to come to him on a softer level about things and yeah, be more understanding on both sides, but try to express to him in a more gentle way for him to be understanding to you. Struggling with staying motivated with my small business. Girl, just keep going with it. And one thing I'll say as well, like when I do see people talking about their business, it's mainly the social media side that I feel like people kind of can't grasp, and it becomes annoying for them that it's not like skyrocketing or picking up, or you could be putting blood, sweat, and tears into your content and you're getting like 10 likes. Girl, that is everybody when they're starting out, whether you're a content creator, model, whatever job you're in, to be honest. Like, you have to just like be patient and keep going and be consistent, because I feel like when a lot of people kind of lose patience or are disheartened by the process of something, they stop,
Yeah.
which
Stop
doesn't
doing
even
it.
make sense. Because now you're any progression that you had, even them 50 followers that you had, now you're giving them nothing. Now you've actually just stopped any progress that you had. Now you're going to have to start from the beginning again when you do post to get your stuff back on the algorithm. So be consistent with content. Stop overthinking things and just trust the process and try to network and get yourself and your business out there as much as possible. Every conversation, even if you're talking to a random nice stranger, bring it up to them. Word of mouth is huge. And definitely get on TikTok and try to step outside with like, try to come up with your own marketing that's like unique to your brand and that goes with your brand and the niche that you're targeting. I'm gonna do one more of these and then I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. So this is actually gas. I feel like Ireland values brands based off the popularity of the individual behind it. That's a sticky one, that.
Elaborate.
I do get that. Like, okay, from people from the outside looking in to like the brand world, I can see that, because a lot of people that businesses that I've worked with, the owner is the face of the brand and they're popping and they're cool. But I feel also because a lot of brand owners in today's day and age were content creators, say like me to begin with, and then they started their own brand. So of course, a lot of their support system is coming from their own page and their own fans themselves. That's kind of, yeah, to be honest, thinking of it, any of the brands that I've worked with, the reason the owner is glorified with the brand and really included and people love them and a lot of people really actually adore the owners, and they'd be very popular, is because they were a creator themselves at one point and then started their brand from that. So they're people that were already really well loved and popular. I don't think, like, let me look at that again, like, Ireland values brands based off the popularity. Like, Ireland values brands.
So they put a lot more.
So they think the brand could be shit, but they don't care as long as the person that owns it is cool.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true now. Like, I feel like, to be honest, every brand that I have worked with, that the owner is out there and has a big name, I think that the brand is brilliant.
But are there also brands where you might have an owner who has a big name, but the brand or the product itself isn't that great or as good as they portray it to be?
That is a sticky one. I'm not going to lie, I actually can't really think of anyone. Like, any brands that I've worked with, I'm like, I love the owner and I love the products.
Okay.
And again, I don't work with brands that don't resonate with me. Like, I've turned down brands that I'm like, no. Okay, so for instance, yeah. I don't actually know the owner of this brand, but say this brand has a very tight shade range.
Okay.
And actually, I went to one of their events before I came home. The product was for such pale skin that my nanny couldn't even use it. And my nanny's fully white.
Okay.
Now, my nanny has more kind of sallow skin because she's half Italian. But a lot of brands, like, they've invited black girls to the event. And they'll be giving the palest person that's attended the event whatever shade for them for every other person. So there's been a lot of brands like that that then have reached out to me, and I'm like, no, I don't want to work with you. And also, like, what can you give me? You actually don't cater to my skin tone. You don't cater, like, and I'm light. So it's like, is like what, one shade above me, the darkest that you go, is wild. I don't really know how to answer this question, to be honest. I do feel like I feel like there's brands in the UK that I've seen that I'm like, and I've heard people be like, oh, that product's shy. Do you know that way?
Yeah.
And I have, not gonna lie, I have had like PR sent out to me and things sent out to me that has been absolutely shit, that I've seen people absolutely gas up on social media say.
Okay. So I think she's the person's talking more about those things.
Like, people will be like, this brand can't do no wrong, even if they have tried a bad product, because
Yeah.
they know who the owner is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of that.
Yeah. And I think I am stepping on dangerous territory right now as well. That's why I'm thinking so much.
3 episodes in,
I'm,
you kill your brand deals.
I'm like, bro. But I've never really thought, I've genuinely have loved every brand that I've worked with. And they're all brands that I did buy product from before as well.
Yeah.
So I'm working with my dream brands that I never would have imagined I'd be working with. Like, but I have seen and heard, and like, there's some things that I've used and I've seen someone else vouch for, and I'm like, that's shy, why are they waffling out of them? And I have gone to some brand events where for the brand, I've been like, there could be a smaller business that would treat you better at the event and cater to you more and look after you more and have better PR than some of the bigger companies. That's what I've noticed as well. But I do love my Irish businesses, and I really think we're on top of the game right now. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep the rest of them for the next episode. You know, I actually put in my notes how I lost my TikTok account. I didn't even realize
Oh.
for this episode. That's mad. It's like I subconsciously had it in my head and you said it. So movie, show, and song of the week. Ron, do you want to be in this?
Okay, my movie.
Right?
My movie of the week. Oh, okay. My show of the week is Severance. Severance.
Severance.
Yeah, it's on
We
Apple
looked that
TV.
up. Amazon.
Apple TV Plus.
Let's see.
It's coming back for the new season,
Okay.
and I just binge watched the first season there.
What's it about?
It's like
Oh, your man's in it.
Adam Scott.
Yeah.
It's like you split your mind when you go to work, so you're basically two people. At your 9 to 5, you're a different person. You
Yeah.
Don't know who you don't know what you're doing apart from work, and then once you go up the elevators,
The personality that you have is only really when you're making your coffee and da 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 da.
it's a full on split.
It's a full yeah.
So like
You're never gonna show someone in work your real self
yeah, but the thing is, they actually put something in your brain that splits your mind
in the show,
in the show.
but real life as well, though, low key.
They know so
It's subliminal. One of them subliminal message shows, is it?
it's so trippy. It's like okay, so say you've a 9 to 5. Sophie goes to her 9 to 5, but Sophie A goes to her 9 to 5, and Sophie B doesn't have a 9 to 5, but you're still the one person. So Sophie B doesn't know what she's doing at work, and Sophie A doesn't know what she's doing in her normal life. So that's the plot.
And is there two people in the show
No,
playing?
they're the one person.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to start
Yeah.
that.
So
Severance, guys.
Severance
Yeah. Okay, and then movie.
movie.
Anything recent even that you've watched?
I was watching Jumanji. I was watching the new Jumanjis with
What is that, like one of them mad ninja shows?
No. No, did you ever see Jumanji?
No, I feel like it's like a fighting thing, is it?
No, it's
Why do I feel like it's like an Asian?
because it sounds Asian. But the thing is, the first one is with Robin Williams, where it's a board
Oh,
game,
I like him.
and yeah,
Oh,
you go into
no
the board
way.
game. But the new one, it's not new now; it's about a few years old. But they made sequels with The Rock and Kevin Hart, and they go into the jungle. So yeah, we were watching that over Christmas. We were watching not over Christmas, but when I was in Germany, we were watching that.
Jumanji.
Yeah, Jumanji.
I think I've seen that advertised, but why? What have I? It sounds like a board game, and it sounds like.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? They're playing a board game.
So they play a board game, but you go inside the board game and you have to like fight for your life.
No way.
Yeah, and you're in the jungle and all that.
No way.
Yeah, it's good.
And song of the week.
My song of the week is. You know what? Oh my god.
What have you had on repeat?
You know, I can't remember. My song of the week is "Blame You" by Odile.
Haven't heard it.
It's class. It's one of those songs that it's just like one of them sleeper hits from the album, from his EP or something. Do you know Odile?
Yeah, only like a few of his.
Yeah.
He sounds like Brent.
Sounds like Brent.
I don't like him.
Really?
I don't like him for. I don't like when someone. I don't know. I don't really know if he's trying to or not. But I just don't like that.
Trying to what? Trying to do what?
Like sound like another artist.
But he's not. He's like he's in the same category.
I keep thinking it's Brent when someone shares one of his songs,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes I'll think it's Brent and I'll be excited that he's dropped a new tune, and then I'll realize it's not.
Oh, but this guy, I really like his R&B stuff. Like his Afrobeat stuff is calm, it's good.
He's good Afrobeat songs.
Yeah. But I love.
Is he
I love his-
American?
No, he's from London or something. So
No way.
yeah, Blame You. That's the track.
Blame You. Let me add it and I'll give it a
Yeah.
listen on the way home. Okay, so movie of the week for me, I added to my thing there. Jesus, I'm looking at my thing now. I actually write all movies that I've liked into my notes, but I can't. I watched one recently. I can't get the name of it. I was looking for it there. It was the fella and he was accused of murdering.
Accused of murder.
It's new on Netflix. Oh, he moves down to a secluded area. And this guy, I think you'd like it.
I haven't been on Netflix in a week.
Oh,
Is it a new show or a new movie?
it's a show, sorry. He's a news presenter. He's a TV presenter. The Madness!
The Madness with Coleman Domingo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
It's
good.
on my watch list.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's good, yeah. Oh, I like it, and it keeps getting weirder and weirder. It's an easy watch as well. It's not too hard of a watch.
Okay.
It's a good watch though. That's a show. That's my show though. Movie. I haven't really watched movies. I think like movies are slacking lately, aren't they?
Kind of, but like there's some good stuff coming into the cinemas now that it's Oscar season.
Oh, slam.
I want to see Nosferatu.
What you want to say?
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
Yeah.
You just not know how to say it. Nosferatu.
I'm giving it a bit of poshness.
When you just tried to say it more posh.
Yes.
Sounds like you're saying it right. Okay, movie. If you haven't watched it yet, I'm just looking at my movie list of what I have watched. If you haven't watched it yet, Queen and Slim.
Yeah.
What a movie!
I literally made a beat during the week and I named it after that movie.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, what a movie! Oh, I was on the ground crying.
I need to rewatch it.
Oh, I need to rewatch that as
Yeah.
well. Oh, what a movie! Oh, I'm not even gonna give anything away, guys. Just watch it. Oh, from the beginning, it's like, boom.
What a concept.
Be ready. Oh, that's
Actually,
getting a sparkle emoji beside it there. Yeah. Song of the week. That. The Yeet song. Where everybody's on the wall. What's it called? I can't. And I wasn't interested when I first heard it. I actually only started properly listening to it a week ago. I added it to my playlist. I had it in my playlist. I just added it from TikTok.
Okay.
Thinking I'd listen, and then I didn't. And then, I don't know why I started liking it last week.
Music be like that.
Guys, sorry, I need to get the name of it. Viking, Sababy.
Baby.
Viking, yeah. And that is it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you're on YouTube. Throw a like, interact, and if whatever listening platform you're on, make sure to follow and like. I need to get the hang of saying this. I'm so shy.
What you got it?
Mwah, love yous.